and the members of this congregation and our African family, it is indeed a pleasure for me to join you this afternoon in this tribute to our great brother. Our sister who just spoke, and where is she? She's here. Where is the young lady? All right. Stand up so we can give you another applause. I was told by Pastor Duffy's widow that song was one of their favorites. And the way you sang it, it was really special. And then in the backdrop, you could see Ambassador Duffy with Miriam Makeba. That even made it more special. And in fact, I believe that's the theme of the day. Ambassador Duffy Thompson was the wind beneath our collective African wings. And we really need to understand and appreciate that. He couldn't have done all the great things he did, however, if he did not have before him a mission given to him by the Creator, under him a foundation given by his family and by his growing up in Jamaica. And he couldn't have continued to travel around the world until 95 years of age without special individuals and partners that helped him along the way. And I'm here to testify that one of the great moments of his great and mighty walk was when he found a partner who understood, who supported, who sacrificed, who showed an undying love for this very special spirit in our midst. I think we should all stand and show her the love and respect that we have for her. Great women that produce these great men and stand by their side and nurture them before they are able to even stand themselves. If it wasn't for these great women, none of us would be able to stand and be the women we need. So our good man has left us, but his widow is here. His work is enduring, and she will take the lead in making sure that it is continued. His family, those daughters and son, will support her in that effort. He's left us a legacy the likes of which very few people are blessed to pass on to their people. We have to
Thank you.
years ago, I took him to, my wife and I took him and Cecile to see a play on Thurgood Marshall, our greatest lawyer, or one of our greatest lawyers. Now, Dudley was a great lawyer, so, he loved the play. And after it, we were sitting and having some orange juice or something. He looks over at me and he says, Dr. J. I said, yes, Ambassador Dudley. He says, we were born the same day. I said, what? I said, no, you're not serious. He said, yes. He said, I'm born January the 19th. And so I said, you're pulling my leg. He said, no. So ever since that moment, we said we would celebrate our birthdays together, and then we would pull the organization that we've developed, WADU, World African Diaspora Union, we'd pull it together, the leadership group. We'd take advantage of a historical accident or a plan by the ancestors to link us, and we would use that to celebrate the fact that we were connected in the same day, but then get serious on our mission and our purpose, which is Pan-Africanism or perish, reparations now. That's the way I say it. Dr. Clark, my great master teacher, said it's a question of Pan-Africanism or perish, and I add to that reparations now. Well, it so happened that Ambassador Dudley Thompson embodied the whole concept of Pan-Africanism or perish, and more than anybody else we know, reparations now. And when we were talking today about his life and celebrating his life, I was able to weave those things together, that in the 90s, he took on the reparations banner. After, in the 80s and the 70s, taking on the nation building in Jamaica battle. And then in the 60s, the laying the foundation for new nations that he took on emerging in Africa, Kenya and Tanzania. And then in the 50s, actually taking on this, the epitome of revolution among black people is the Mau Mau. And he was right there, helping not only Jomo Kenyatta and preventing him from being destroyed, but Mau Mau leadership. And then he stayed in Jamaica. Before he went back to Jamaica, in the 60s, he stayed in Africa for those few years, working in Tanzania with Julius Nyerere and in Kenya with Jomo Kenyatta. In the decade before, he was in England. Doing what? First part of the decade, he was an RAF pilot. Now you think a little diminutive Dudley Thompson wouldn't be, but he was a bombardier. He was knocking out German planes. And his leadership emerged, so he was leading the various pilot groups that he was a part of. And